Hello, hello. Welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. Kind of an unusual day. I'm getting out the getting out the big guns, as it were. So if you would like to contribute any positive energy, at the end I wanted to not directly look at it, but we're going to go through the crazy political stuff that's come out. But at the end, I did want to read on and just tell you the story about what's going on with the Annabelle doll. I'm not going to read on it directly. I'm not stupid, but I'm making sure I've got as much protection around me as possible. So my circle here that is infused with salt and sage. So I've been channeling as much positive energy as I can. It smells good, I can tell you that. So I'll just put this around me. Finished putting this around me. I have to clean up the floor later. There we go. All right. You're going up just a little bit here. Okay. Oh, I do feel better. Okay. All right. All right. And salt and sage. So that's going to be hanging out right here. So, and there's a kitty. Should we pull out the sage as well? You should do whatever you're comfortable with. If you would like to send me some positive energy, I would be very grateful for it. So, all right. I have my crystals. And although I don't need it right now, I finally found my pendulum. I've been looking for it. There we go. All right, so get the old blankie down. Right, like that. Grab the... Why, thank you. We're going to use Old Faithful today. And gosh, I do like this energy. Oh, this is lovely. Oh, I mean, it's a lot to do every day, but man, oh, positive energy. I love it. Okay. Okay. Oh. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. I was trying to figure out what was going on in the chat. And then I'm going to do this. There, that should help. Okay, good. We're good to go. All right. All right. Tuning down as much positive energy as possible. Okay. So today, we've been going through politics, but then we've been ending on something either funny or silly or interesting. And so today, at the end, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about what's been going on with the Annabelle doll, which is why I've put up that's why I've got the protections up. I'm not gonna read on it directly. I am not stupid. I'm not going anywhere directly near that energy, but anyway. But for now, hi, you have trouble getting out? We are going to start with the big blankety blank budget. Yeah. At 5 minutes in, Hello, sweetness. That's funny. Card on the bottom. All right, well, we're going to start with are cats protectors from bad energy? Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Especially just the general sense of love, but no, absolutely. There. Okay. So we're going to start with the big, beautiful blankety blank budget. And House Republicans early Thursday morning voted to pass what the President Dumpster Fire has called the Big Beautiful Bill. We call it the Big Blankety Blank Bill. This isn't the end of the bill, however, as it will now have to go to the Senate for changes and then back to the House after that. Well, the Senate succeeded in making massive changes, and we're going to look at something specific and ugly that's in the House bill in just a minute. Yes, Sharon, the Big Bamboozle Bill. I like that. That's true. That's very accurate. So, all right, Senate, U.S. Senate, are you going to be able to make, I don't know, some improvements? Well, card for the reading is decisions. Funny that the justice card is first. This is not only legal matters, but next we're going to be looking specifically at a particularly nasty provision in the House bill. That's going to be a thing because there's chaos here. But so far, Dumpy has his little victory. There's a thief card, King of Swords. That is senators getting in the way a little bit. Some of the senators, even Republican senators, have come out and said that they're not happy with some of the extremism. Traditionally, that was kind of what the Senate did. That was kind of the Senate's deal, was to be the less rowdy, the more conservative, not in politically, but conservative in action and change. The big blankety blank bill. Also, Hal came up with something quite funny last night. A very funny descriptor I'll share with you in a bit. It's interesting that this DEATH card is here, because as much as it looks like the Republicans will get this ugly thing through, there's some talk that they might not actually be able to pull it off. This could also refer to the fact that there's some heinousness in this bill that will do a lot of damage. But anyway, isolation, dynasty, Page of Cups, Three of Cups, strength. And with these positive cards here for Democrats, even though they're in the minority, and some senators not wanting this to be their legacy, the cards are saying it may not go as swimmingly as they think. Debsy says they must not want to be reelected ever again. Well, after, was it in the I can't remember off the top of my head, but in the early to mid of last century. Basically, weren't the Republicans, kind of like the Democrats took over the House and Senate for the most part for a few decades because what the Republicans had done was so heinous. That would be nice. Not that Republicans doing something heinous, but Democrats having control of both houses of Congress for a few decades. Imagine all the good we could do. Old Silver says, I think we should take away their lifetime insurance. Yeah. And we should absolutely limit how much any of them can trade. Insider trading, anybody? All right. We know the Republicans are in charge in the Senate. There's Hangman, suspension. There's strength. There's the 9 of Wands. Yeah, the House bill is going to be feeling pretty beaten up. Because it just feels, I'm trying to figure out how much of this is just my wishful thinking. I'm really trying to get a sense of the energy. Because it's like I reach my energy over to the Senate, and it just feels like my stomach just drops. This is a heinous, this whole budget thing is heinous. And there are Republicans saying, we can't do this. Yeah, I've got suspension. And it's coming in, it's a bit shaky. Again, Dynasty, Hanged Man, Ace of Cups. Yeah, I don't think this is going to do so well in the Senate, which is good. But anyway. Oh, no, Tobins, that's not true. I am going to respectfully disagree. Said, it's too late, America is doomed, the old America died years ago. No. We're not doomed. No, no. We're talking. We're here. We are saying our piece. We are, we're even having this discussion, and that's important. The fact that we are able to be here and openly have these discussions. And I can sit here and say, Donald J. for Genius Trump is a vile human being, and he and his flunkies are absolutely awful. He is the human embodiment of all 7 deadly sins. Reminding everybody about his 34 felony convictions. And you know what's going to happen to me? Nothing. So, well, Silver says, I emailed my senators this morning. Excellent. So, okay. I like that, Amanda. We're going to bring about a new America. It's going to be amazing. We chose this timeline for a reason. We are brave. Oh, please do. Please welcome. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for being here today. Yes. All right. Okay. At 14:15. Melissa McConnell, Joyce Matthews, Debsey, and Tammy Bailey were all asking about this particular provision in the House budget bill. A provision in the budget bill seeks to limit the ability of the courts, including the Supreme Court, from enforcing their orders. Quote, ready for this one? No court of the United States may use appropriated funds to enforce a contempt citation for failure to comply with an injunction or temporary restraining order if no security was given when the injunction order was issued. Unquote. according to experts, this only exists to weaken the courts. What will happen? So my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, but my understanding is what this means is basically Trump can't be held in contempt of court. His government can't be held in contempt of court. And through this, nobody else would be able to either. I think this is going to end up, if this passed, this would end up in front of the Supreme Court really quickly. I mean, really quickly. So let's have a look at this. And this has this stench of Nazi Ferratu and his ilk all over it. Kathy Whiplash, it's only for government officials. Is that true? No court may use appropriated funds to enforce a contempt citation for failure to an injunction to restraining order if no security was given and the injunction or order was issued. Okay, the whole thing isn't here, so... Deb Z is pointing out they're doing this because the regime is going to be held in contempt of court, and they know it. Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Hello, Mary Ann. Love from Canada. Love from America. Love from the United States. Hello from Chicago. I'm getting a big old negatory ghostwriter. There's Dumpy. And the burden of his myriad of stupid ideas. King of Pentacles. These are the conservatives, the Republicans who want more control. There's the Emperor. So the president and the Republicans, the people in government, we're taking the power. You can't do this. Really? Because I've got a celebratory 3 of cups in the middle, and cups are usually Democrats. I've got a world card, which is a big, take several seats. And then I've got a Knight of Cups, which is a further take several seats. No. Nope. Matter of fact, one of the number 4 today is about how even conservative justices on the court are not all in on the MAGA extremism. So okay. Randomly, Deb Hope said the Qatar plane has been in San Antonio for a long time before this started. Oh, okay. James says, what I understand based on what you said was that if Congress funds the courts, as in pays the court salaries, the courts cannot prosecute someone else in government, and that sounds ridiculous. Joyce asked him, why put that in the budget bill? Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry. Thank you, Mom. Why put it in there? Because they can. Because they're in something this big, they absolutely are going to try to sneak in everything they can. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So are they going to be able to stop courts from holding? Oh, you can't hold them in contempt of court. Excuse you? Thank you. Well, it feels like the Constitution. Guess who the fool is? Card for the reading. Guess who that is? 8 of Cups. Yeah, walking away from centuries, couple centuries of American jurisprudence. Is that the word I'm looking for? Queen of Cups. Ace of Pentacles. Oh, this would definitely be something new. King of Swords. Hierophant. Yeah, separation of the branches of government, dude. You might make the laws, but you're not going to be able to take powers away from the courts willy-nilly. Yeah, this is Major Arcana. Mr. Dill's asking, how is it these people want a dictator king? All right. There's gonna be a lot of thinking about this discussion, removal. This is not just gonna be like, okay, they're gonna pass this budget and they're gonna get exactly what they want straight away. No, there's a lot of stuff in the way. Hello, Tishy. Adding insult to injury. Even though Democrats aren't necessarily in power, this is a partnership. Yeah. I'm not getting that any of this is going to go swimmingly for them. So, the sun's finally coming out. There we go. The sun will come out. 2220. God rest his soul. The composer of Annie and a number of other big musicals just passed away. Bless them. Bless him and his family. All right, now this is a little bit. ABC. ABC has demanded that the hosts of The View take a softer stance on politics and stop criticizing Trump so fiercely. Really? I'm not being able to picture Whoopi Goldberg being like, okay, no. Hello, sweetness. All right. This is the latest in a series of these kinds of reports coming out from all kinds of media outlets. So what's going to happen with the... Yes, Bern, watered down freedom of speech. Yeah. Anybody else having trouble picturing some of these women just going, okay. Oh, this would not, okay, they're, all right. In the creation of these TV shows, I mean, we know that these channels are owned by giant corporations, and they want to do mergers, and they have all this stuff in front of the government, so they don't want to rock the boat too much. However, certain of these shows, I mean, they exist and they get viewership, and so they're sources of income. There are viewers in order to sell advertising space, because it's not just this milquetoast nonsense. Oh, somebody's sharpening their claws. Oh, yes. Oh, he's sharpening his claws. He's trying to anyway. All right. King of Swords. This is corporate. Knight of Cups. They come out and they speak their mind. Justice. Tower. Two of Swords. Queen of Wands. There are, when these shows are created and when you go on them, you have to sign contracts. Well, everybody's signing contracts. And there's a certain amount of there are certain things you have to do or not do, or you have to listen to a certain extent, depending on how powerful you are in the industry to begin with. Corporate can try to say what they're going to say, but there's definitely free speech involved. And this could be fighting back. This could be lawyers. This is the justice card itself and a big tower. This is knocking that kind of garbage over. And then there's a decision made. Do you switch over to turn the View into a right-wing show? Because right here, I'm not seeing the liberal-minded people on that show as just rolling over and going, okay. Yes, plus, as Kay said, stupid ABC bowing to the orange stain. Yes. Star says, I can't see Joy toning it down. I agree. I don't think they're going to. Matter of fact, something like this, if they push it through in the media or in social media, this would actually raise the View's ratings at least temporarily. So yeah, and that would be bad. That would be bad for you try to rein these people in, just have them talking right-wing talking points and help the dumpster fire. You won't have a show. You can say goodbye to that revenue. So, Sandra Lee, what is $1,300? True, Chris Cool. Whoopi ain't gonna play. Nope. All right. So, this is turning out to be a little bit pleasant. I'm not getting my hopes up, but it is strange that Amy Coney Barrett, Supreme Court Justice Amy Coney Barrett, has been, I don't know, being reasonable. How very strange. A recusal by conservative Justice Amy Coney Barrett has ensured that Oklahoma taxpayers will not have to pay for a religious public charter school. Really? I am shocked. Coney Barrett would have broken the 4-4 deadlock reached by the court. This isn't the first time Coney Barrett has surprised people in the last few months. While she is still expected to adhere to her hyper-conservative roots, will she ultimately be known to adhere more to the word of the Constitution than her other conservative colleagues? Mayor says she finally figured out the men were lying to her. Could be. Justice Amy Coney Barrett. She may continue to be a little bit not perfect. Not she's not becoming liberal, but she may be continue to be a little bit of a fly in the MAGA ointment. Well, not that Thomas and Alito are MAGA. They're not. They're just utterly selfish. Anyway, she was put in there, and it was expensive to put her in there, which is ridiculous, but that's how it is, I guess. Six of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles. That's my immigration card. This is about money. This in the center is the plan, the Republican plan. And this is minor arcana. Because these are the, I feel like these are the topics. This is the right-wing plan. Boom, Tower, 9 of Cups. Liberal. This is a more liberal court overall by vote count. And some damage to that plan. I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm not expecting it. I'm not getting my hopes up, but I'm pleasantly surprised. Thank you. Happy day. Thank you for becoming a new member. Thank you. And Canadian Dry, oh my gosh, gifted 10 memberships to random people in the chat. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. All right. Well, this was a question that came up about the tensions between the executive and the judiciary at 32 minutes in. Shady Vance was flapping his gums. Do we care what he said? No. But we have to kind of. We have to kind of care. Shady Vance thinks that Justice Roberts is profoundly wrong about the duties of the judicial branch. I saw an interview with Chief Justice Roberts recently where he said the role of the court is to check the excesses of the executive. I thought that was profoundly wrong, a profoundly wrong sentiment. That's one half of his job. The other half of his job is to check the excesses of his own branch. I feel enlightened, don't you? He speaks, Shady Vance speaks, and we all listen. Huh? What did he say? I literally have forgotten what he just said. I just read it out loud. Something about Justice Roberts? Anyway, Mr. Charisma has an opinion. But the question's more about the tension between the executive branch and the judicial branch. So. He's so pathetic. Okay, the upshot is they're trying to take a lot of what has been set up for a liberal democracy, and this President Dumpster Fire and the Dumpster Fire administration, they're trying to weaken that, to weaken the institutions, whatever institution stands in their way of gaining more power. And they're waiting for their ship to come in and adding insult to injury, but these are pathetic. The one major arcana here is right in the middle, and it's the institutions holding. So they're going to be flailing, as they always do. And have you seen Jeremy Johns, the guy on YouTube who's been doing movie reviews for years? He has one of his ratings is basically completely forgettable. And I've forgotten it in 3, 2, 1. Yeah. anything coming out of Shady Vance's mouth. That's how I feel. Anyway, all right. Shauna is bringing up some important points. Now, the question here was, will there be repercussions for the deaths resulting from the tornadoes when people had little or no warning cuts because of the cuts to NOAA? No, don't drink my water. How you doing? You doing okay? You doing okay? You are the precious. Okay, moving along. Oh, looking out the window. Yeah, these NOAA cuts are deadly. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. I can't remember exactly. I'll be honest, I don't remember. But they look after the weather. They tell us what's happening with the weather. And yeah, this is absolutely awful and stupid that they have suspended so many of these people for their stupid budget cuts, and that's their plan. And it's heinous. I'm not certain on if it's possible to sue the government for these budget cuts. I don't know if that's actually possible. Yes, that was a Bubu Zenkiri. You know, we're just kind of at the beginning of storm season. Thank you, Deb. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, part of the National Weather Service. Thank you. Oh, there's a kitty. Okay. Judgment, temperance. People hemmed in. They don't have the information they need. King of Cups. Democrats will increasingly speak out about this. Storm season. I'm not getting... I mean, there is a Queen of Swords over here, but this feels more like what the government has decided to do, adding insult to injury. I don't know if there's going to be a court case or something like that, but I'm hoping people who voted for this heinousness are realizing that it didn't have to happen. And it can, all of this insanity can stop if they just vote for Democrats. It's really easy. Oh boy. Okay. So, oh boy. All right. Oh, no, wait. I've got to get to Canadian Dry. I rolled your question over from yesterday. I'll make sure I get to it. I thought we were done reading on this blankety blank, but here we are. Rudy Giuliani volunteered. Has he paid those poor women yet? Had volunteered to take the job of special counsel and prosecute Joe Biden after it was revealed that the former president has cancer. Oh my gosh, Dill gifted 50 memberships to random people in the chat. Oh my gosh, thank you. Holy buckets. That's huge. Thank you. 50 of you are just going to suddenly just get bling memberships. Wow. Thank you. Wow. Wow. Anyway, I'm sorry. Okay. So Giuliani is volunteering to become a special counsel to prosecute Joe Biden because of his cancer for a potential cover-up of Biden's disease. But here's the thing, though. Isn't it that the president can't be prosecuted for things he did while in office? If it's part of his official job. Well, isn't part of his official job to keep the country safe? What you doing? Yes, sweetness. Oh, you good boy. Didn't the Supreme Court just the heinousness that is protecting President Dumpster Fire? Does that protect Biden too? This isn't the thing. King of Pentacles, this is political. Nine of Cups, these are his medical records. All they have to do is go look at his medical records. But even that, there's the country, he was the president, and this is just more burden on the right with their stupidity. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Please, are we done with Rudy? I'm done. I'm so done. We did Rudy. Okay. Oh, okay. Martin had a question about, because there's apparently a Polish election. I just grabbed the wrong. Okay, we're doing this out of order, but that's okay. 42. So Martin had a question. A Polish election. Will the EU-leaning party win, or the Trump-like anti-EU, Putin-friendly party win? Okay. All right, Poland, which way are you going? Left or right? I don't know the details, I'm afraid. Yes, dear. I'm getting a slight tilt to the left. I mean, the fear is this same ultra right-wing cult-like behavior everybody's afraid of. Well, everybody. Every decent country's afraid of. Nine of Cups. Cups tend to be more liberal. Pentacles tend to be more conservative. However, I've got this Nine of Cups and a Queen of Pentacles, which is a lot of people who still believe in, I don't know, democracy, neat stuff like that. There are groups of conservatives, but I've got 10 of Cups right in the middle. That's good. That's good. This feels like back to the drawing board, and it should be, okay, so conservatives will win, but I feel like I am being pushed toward the name of this card, which is Fruits of Labor. And labor is left wing. And these are all positive. So I'm getting a tilt left. Anybody else know? Does anybody know some specifics about what's going on in Poland? I'm afraid I didn't have time to. I was kind of building my defenses here this morning. I'm afraid I didn't have as much time to do research. Silver says they really hate the Russians. That is true. But I've also heard that there are some people who are like, well, we can't be against the Russians or we'll end up at war and we don't want that. And yeah. Katie says, I don't know, I was lurking up until Rudy. There we go. All right, Poland. Summer Virgo says the left won in the first run of votes in Poland. Good. Yeah, it's ending well. The card for the reading is Temperance, and it's ending in a celebration. Because of, I mean, every country has their pain points. Dorinda says Poland, no clear winner. Second round of voting June 1st. The incumbent is term limited. Okay, thank you. Because of their problems, there was this kind of burst of right-wing energy. The more liberal side is it's on the one hand, there's no overwhelming force, but it is in the middle. So as in this card is in a position of power. Queen of Swords, celebratory Three of Cups. So it still feels leaning left. So fingers crossed. Please don't, please, Poland, please do not vote for authoritarianism. Seriously. You may think, well, it won't get as bad as, the bad Austrian artist with the ugly mustache. You may think, oh, it won't get that bad. But please remember, Auschwitz is in your country. Don't vote for authoritarians. Please. Please. Anyway. All right. At 47:30, Dale, did you just gift another 50 memberships to random people in the chat? Was that a mistake? Thank you. Wow. I've never had someone gift 100 memberships. Thank you. Wow. Okay. Wow. Yeah, I agree, Mama to Huskies. Holy moly. Wow. Thank you. You're trying to win your love a prize. Wait, what? I'm trying to win my love a prize. Is there a prize? I don't know anything about a prize. Oof, thank you. All right. Wow. Okay. We have 2 questions left, and they're kind of big. One is, okay. At 49 minutes in. So the White House has made the military parade official. Yay. And are you ready for this? The event is slated to run. You ready for this? This great, the big, beautiful military parade, right? It is over a length of 8 blocks. 8 blocks. 8 blocks. 8. Not miles, blocks. 8 blocks for the parade. And it is scheduled It is scheduled to run from 6:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. 3 hours. In Washington, D.C., 3 hours in the evening for a parade over 8 blocks. Guest entry begins at 2. It will take place on Constitution Avenue in Washington, D.C. between 15th and 23rd Street. 3 hours for 8 blocks at night. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. Laura, funereal pace. Yes. Yes. Hello, dear heart. How are you doing, good boy? You are the good boy. Yes, you are. You are the good boy. Hi. Katie says, I just got a chuckle at Draft Dodger. Yeah. Yes, Raymond, it's not a parade, it's a charade. Yes. That says, I hope there's a thunderstorm. Oh, who was it? Dorinda says maybe they're going around in a circle. Okay. 3 hours, really? It's his birthday. It's my birthday every day. Oh, I've got a big old suspension right in the middle. Okay, strength. We're better than this. Yeah. Don't eat my plant. Don't eat my plant. Don't do it. We're having a standoff. I'm going to put this. It's water. I'm going to put that right there, and it's pointed in your direction. So there. And he's like, okay, I'm moving. You don't have that many rules, but one of them is don't eat my plant. All right. We're better than this. This isn't something we've done before. We don't do this kind of stupid stuff. Knight of Cups, there are going to be a lot of protesters. It's not all going to be all rah. It's just not. I've got a big old suspension right in the middle of this. Then I've got a 4 of Cups, as in not listening. And then the victory. And that is, that's a card of a parade, and it's the far right parade, but it's smaller than a major arcana right in the middle, which is a suspension, which makes me wonder if things are going to get a little downsized. That's a good question, M. Kelby. Will there be tiki torches? Boy. Tempted just says, rain. Yes. It actually says for mosquito purposes only. So, day late and $1 short. Very, very shaky ground. Justice, like trying to take this to court, and then Dumpy with his bludgeon. The White House might be saying this is going forward, but I don't know. This is weird. The cards are going, slow your roll. So, okay. Kristen from Uncovering the News, thank you for bringing the great Great news. Breaking the Trump administration has just halted Harvard University's ability to enroll international students, effective immediately. I'm not going to read on that for one simple reason. That is going to be in court in 3, 2, 1. That you can't. Deb says, breaking news, AP reports a federal judge stopped the government from dropping international students' visas. Ding. In 3, 2, 1. That was great. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Debsy, thank you for becoming a member. Thank you. Wow. Okay. So now we get to at 50. Okay, 56 minutes in. This is why I had the this is why I had the all the stuff at the beginning. Why I've got the salt and sage out, and the water that has as much positive energy into it as I could cram into it. Then I've got an actual rope circle around me that's been soaked in the salt and the sage and the blessed water. I don't know what the right term would be, but the reason, now we get to the reason why I have all of that, and my crystals and all of this. All right. I don't know how many of you have heard about this or not. I've got out the big guns, because I'm not going to read directly on this because I'm smarter than that. But there is this doll called Annabelle, and this is believe it or not, it's a Raggedy Ann doll. It's a big Raggedy Ann doll, and the Warrens they were a couple who went around the country who had psychic abilities, and they went around the country and tried to help families who were dealing with whatever it is. So they found some objects over the years that were pretty nasty. And so they tried to contain some of those. And matter of fact, they set up a little museum. One, because they needed to raise money for, to do what they did, but also just to keep everything. And they were Catholic, and they had a real relationship with the Catholic Church. So there were priests who would come by and regularly bless objects, what have you. And Annabelle in particular, she's not the only one, but there are some particularly heinous energy in this object. So Annabelle was kept in this sealed in this glass case, and it was regularly blessed just to try to tamp down. Innocent Potato says the Warrens were very, very strong Catholics. Thank you. So that was that. It was one of the objects, and suddenly it's getting darker and darker. Now the sun's just going behind a cloud. It's fine. Seriously. Turn the light back up. Is this too bright? It's a little bright, but it'll do. It'll do for now. Anyway. And one of the things that the Warrens said was, if nothing else, never take Annabelle out of this box. Never. Never. And because they thought it was too dangerous to destroy. They didn't want to potentially unleash whatever's that nastiness inside of it. They didn't want to unleash that into the world. But at the same time, they were, personally, I would sink it to the bottom of the ocean. But then again, that might not be good either. Because apparently this thing has some really bad energy. All right. Everything was okay until the Warrens died. and the museum couldn't make enough money to keep everything going. So some bright spark decided to take Annabelle on tour across the country. Not only did they take Annabelle, but there's video. They take her out of the box to show people. Okay, and so on the one hand, I understand if there are some skeptics among you who are like, who cares, whatever. It's kind of funny how the coincidences tend to pile up. I'm trying to think. The first stop was in West Virginia, and some very destructive tornadoes came through. Okay, so it's like, okay, that might be coincidence. All right, then she went to New Orleans, and where because they sell tickets, and the nearest prison is where all those prisoners broke out just soon afterward. Lynette, who are we talking about? Okay, all right, fine. Well, they were driving around and they wanted to see some of the sights as well. And from what I understand, the Nottaway plantation, they were driving. They drove past it, and within 24 hours, it burned down. Actually, it basically started bursting into flames. And it went out, and then 18 hours later, it reignited itself. Coincidence. It's a coincidence. It's right. Just always a coincidence. Always a coincidence. Always a coincidence. But how many coincidences have to happen before you go, So, so we had the destructive tornadoes in West Virginia. In New Orleans, the prisoners broke out. Marie Laveau's house caught fire. The Nottaway plantation burned to the ground. Oh, great, she's coming to Chicago. No, thank you. However, one of the places they're planning to go is Gettysburg. Okay, so I don't, like I said, I got out the big guns here. I don't usually go full, but yeah, because that negativity, I want no parts of it. Matter of fact, and I'm not kidding, Sarah is talking about possibly coming on with me tomorrow, which would be great. But we were talking about this, and I said, she was talking about how, nope, I'm not, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want anything. I said, I can talk about it today, and then you won't have to be around the energy. She's like, okay, I'll put that last on your list today. She completely just like, normally if there was anything, she's like, oh no, there's bad energy. I want you to do the worst questions when I'm on with you. And this, she's just like, nope, no way. She won't touch it. She doesn't want to be around. She doesn't want to be around anybody talking about this doll. My best friend just completely bailed. So, I just find I see the humor in all of this. Anyway, so there is talk about all over social media, all of these questions, or rather one question being asked over and over and over and over and over. Can she go to Washington, D.C.? And I'm just thinking, look, like I said, I find the humor in all of this. And just in case, but with the amount of social media, I mean, they're trying to make money. And if there's so many people saying they should take her to Washington, D.C., that would be so fitting, Denise. She should go and be a part of his parade. Yeah, you get Nazi Ferratu there, and you get, and the song in Jumpy's parade will be they did the mash, they did the monster mash. Fool. Why? Look, I realize you need to make money, but really? Oh, Rose Blue. What? Thank you, Rose Blue. I have a teddy bear I hug. Oh. There are various suggestions in the chat for people to perhaps gift. That's all. I was like, Annabelle is real, apparently. Exactly. That would be a funny movie, Innocent Potato. That'd make a very funny movie. Annabelle goes to Washington. Oh, well, okay. Honestly, we need this energy contained. We really do. Honestly, I don't know if I want this thing in Washington. Honestly, one, because I don't want anybody to get hurt, but two, the amount of energy that this thing would have to feed on, the sheer amount of negative energy, it would be like Christmas. Oh, look at all that. Look at all the inequality and the poverty and the cruelty and the administration and the selfishness. Ooh, I'll take some of this. I'll take some of that. One of those. Yeah, let's not do that. Let's not. This is a big card saying, don't do that. And that's all I'm going to read on with that. But I wanted you to be aware of it. And there is some humor there, I think. Not because, is it possible that it's this doll that's creating all of whatever is in this doll is creating all of this? It's possible. There's certainly a, I very much live my life thinking about positive energy, negative energy. Stay calm. We're channeling positive energy. All of that. Keep your vibration high as much as you can. Do the right thing. Live, build your house on the high road, next to the high road, and you'll have a good life. Not an easy life, but you'll have a good life. Not the low road. So I do believe that, but it's just so over the top that I find humor in it. And I think you need to laugh at stuff like this because you can't, what are you going to do? The more afraid you are, negative blobs like this, they love negativity. So if you can laugh at it, good stuff. All right. Okay, so that is going to do it for me for today. I stayed over, but I thought you needed to know. All right. It's 1:24 p.m. here in Chicago. At 3 o'clock, I'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel. Thank you. Oh, Sandra Lee, thank you. And Mr. Dill, oh my gosh, above and beyond, thank you. And everybody who's been helping, thank you. Huge, 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 huge. All right. Please hang in there. Oh, there's Sarah. It's less fear and more of a healthy dose of nope. Sarah, I adore you. My best friend. I am platonically in love with you. And I have been for years. Thank you. You're wonderful. And I'm glad you weren't here for this energy if it makes you uncomfortable. All right. Thank you for being here. All right. Yeah, we'll see you at Creative Sprints, or I will see you right back here again tomorrow, as usual. So thank you. Be well. You're not alone. We're in this together. There are good days ahead. There's good in this world, and you are a part of it. All right. And I'll see you later.